After cycling gear, cycling shoes are probably one of the most important items that you need to invest in. Not only do cycling shoes make you look cool, they also make you a better cyclist. In this video, we'll be sharing with you reasons why you should seriously consider investing in quality cycling shoes and factors you need to consider when you are out there in the market to buy one. Before starting, we would like to thank Fast&Up for collaborating with us for the Beginner Cyclist series. Fast&Up makes nutritional supplements to take care of your pre, intra and post-workout needs. Check out a link to their products on the Cyclop India website. We have left a link in the description box below. The feeling of riding in a dedicated cycling shoe is totally incomparable to that of riding in a generic sports shoe or a trainer. When you are using a dedicated cycling shoe, you feel at one with your bike. So to start off, let us give you a few good reasons of why you would need to invest in a pair of good cycling shoes. So for anyone new to cycling, bike fit is super important, and having the right position of your foot on the pedal is an essential part of the bike fit. From a correct bike fit standpoint, the ball of your foot should rest at the center of the pedal. But when you are cycling using your trainers or your normal sports shoes, what happens is the position of your foot changes with time as you keep on pedaling for longer distances. Using your sports shoes or trainers for cycling will lead to an improper bike fit, which can cause you injuries because of overextension or underextension of your legs. Now, what happens with proper riding shoes is, with the cleat system in place, your shoes are locked in with the ball of the foot correctly aligned with the pedal. This ensures a perfect bike fit for the time that you're riding and actually eliminates any chances of injury because of improper foot placement on the pedal. So the second reason is the stiffness. By stiffness, I mean how hard the sole of the cycling shoes is. In this shoe, the stiffness index is 12, which is at the highest end of the stiffness index spectrum. When you're cycling in such a shoe, there will be minimum loss in power when you're pedaling. All the power that you are putting in through your legs in each of the pedal strokes, that is getting transferred in the most efficient manner and giving you maximum speed on the cycle. Now compare this shoe to a normal trainer that most of the people would actually start cycling in. Look at the stiffness of the sole here. This is bending completely. In this shoe, there will be a lot of adjustment that you will be doing when you are cycling. You will be changing the position of your foot as well. Also, there will be a lot of loss in power as well because there is no stiffness at all in the shoe. Most folks actually consider pedaling as a push movement where you try and push the pedals down with your feet. But if you start using these cycling shoes, you will appreciate the fact that pedaling can also be a pull movement. When you're not using a dedicated cycling shoe, what happens is you are just pushing the pedal down in one half of the pedal stroke and not pulling it up. With a cycling shoe in place, which is actually clipped into the pedal, what happens is the second half of the motion of the pedal also is a power motion. This motion would actually involve your hamstrings and the hip flexors. These muscles will help you pull the pedal up and get even more power in your pedal stroke and increase the speed and efficiency at which you are cycling. So there you see, there is a lot of difference. So to get maximum bang for your buck in terms of the effort that you're putting in, investing in a cycling shoe would make a lot of sense. Now to start using these dedicated cycling shoes, the first thing that you will need is a pair of clipless pedals. Clipless pedals are available in two variants in the market. One is a version from Lux and the second one is from SPD. I'm using the clipless pedals from Lux on my bike right now. After the clipless pedals, you will need a cleat system. A cleat system actually helps you attach your riding shoe to the clipless pedals that you have just installed. The shoe that you get would have these three recesses. This is where the cleats would actually go in and fit. This is a new shoe. I'll show you a shoe that I have been using for some time now. See how worn out it is. And on this shoe, I have attached a 3-point cleat system from Lux. These are the 3 holes in which the clipless pedals would actually go in and fit and make a clicking sound. So while we have just talked about all the advantages that dedicated cycling shoes would offer, still using cleats on your new bike strikes fear amongst new cyclists. The reason for that is the frequent clipping in and clipping out that you would need to do when you're riding in stop-go traffic, especially on Indian roads. On Indian roads, you never know what is going to stop in front of you at what time. And if you are riding clipped in on your bike, then you need very good anticipation to clip out just at the right time. Otherwise, you will fall on the road flat with your bike and your feet clipped into your pedals. So what we would advise all the beginners out there is to try and practice clipping in and clipping out at home. You can take support of a wall. With the wall on your side, you are assured of not falling on the road and hurting yourself, and this will give you an opportunity to clip in and clip out multiple times so that you can get used to this feeling when it is required on the road. Also, if you plan to do a lot of leisurely paratha rides to nearby locations on your bike, then walking in cleats is a difficult task. So from my side, I try to take a lot of care of not walking much in these dedicated cycling shoes. But still, after walking very little in these shoes, you see all these marks on the sole. That's how the sole deteriorates. And if you walk in the mud, then the mud tends to go inside these holes, which you have to clean up frequently. Otherwise, you will not be able to clip in these cleats onto the clipless pedals. With so many shoes out there in the market, you are bound to get confused on which one you should start with. To start off, there are flat shoes, and then there are shoes that work with clipless pedals. Then you have shoes which are compatible with a 2-hole or a 3-hole cleat system. And then you have road cycling shoes and MTB shoes. Now let us talk about the factors you need to consider if you are out in the market to buy your first dedicated cycling shoe. So the first thing that you need to consider is the stiffness of the sole. Beginners can actually start off with a cycling shoe which has a stiffness of about 6. Something like this one from Shimano, which is the RC1, is very forgiving. If you are a little more serious and want to take your game to the next level, then you can use shoes which have a stiffness of about 8. And if you really want to get into the race category, then you can use something like the Northwave Revolution 2, which come in with a stiffness of 12 and a sole that is made of a full carbon fiber. The next thing that you need to consider is the tightening mechanism on these shoes. So when we talk about tightening mechanisms, these are primarily of 2 types. First one, you get a Velcro based tightening mechanism. This is a very basic mechanism. While this is very simple and can be easily repaired, the issue with such a mechanism is that it attracts a lot of dust and is not very durable in the long run. But when you move to the top end category of cycling shoes, instead of a Velcro, you will get a boa mechanism. Specifically in Northwave, they call their equivalent of boa mechanism as a speed lace winch mechanism. This mechanism is much more durable than the conventional Velcro mechanism and is very convenient to use. You can get the perfect fit on your feet because it has special knobs which can help you control the degree of tightening that you need to make you feel the most comfortable. Next up, you need to consider the ventilation that these shoes offer. Manufacturers produce cycling shoes from breathable materials. Most versions feature air vents that prevent your feet from sweating profusely and make your overall ride more comfortable. You should also consider the weight of the cycling shoes that you are planning to invest in. The sole material and the amount of tread used in a shoe affect its weight. A top-of-the-line pair of road shoes like the Northwave Revolution 2 comes in with carbon fiber soles and can weigh as less as 300 grams, while a pair of mountain bike shoes can weigh approximately 850 to 900 grams. So select a shoe that fits your requirements the best. All shoes that have been shown in this video are available on the Cyclop India channel. Check out a link to all these shoes in the description box below. So we hope you found this video useful. If you like the content, hit the like button, share the video and subscribe to the Cyclop India YouTube channel. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.